I was walking down the street, feeling kind of neat, when the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Oh, it was a sight to see, my hair flying in the breeze, 'cause the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. People started laughing, they couldn't believe their eyes, as my wig flew through the sky. Oh, what a surprise. I tried to catch it, but it slipped right through my hands, 'cause the wind came out your butt and now it's somewhere in the land. Oh, wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Baby, you drive like shit. Did you see that car that you almost hit? I'd rather take the bus instead. Riding with you, I'm gonna end up dead. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. She just ran through, always stop. I ain't trying to get stopped by the cops. Baby, why the hell did I let you drive? It's a miracle that you're still alive. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look out, my girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. My girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. No, heard you bit your tongue. Gotta let you know I will fuck you up. I whoop that ass, talking all that shit, spank that ass till you tap like a bitch. No, I ain't playing, I'm here to kick ass. Whoop that ass, it's time to punch face. I'm the one who brings you pain in the ring. I whoop that ass until the bell rings. Already know that I do not play. Throw a punch like I'm cutting down hay. I whoop that ass every single night. Spank that ass till they stop the fight. I'll tell you the story of a man, a radioactive tip in his hand. His hand grew 10 times its normal size to help him get his money on time. He knew if a bitch was telling a lie, which was 100% of the time. Superpowers to make a bitch listen, then get her naked with sex-ray vision. Sweep a police station in a single bound, slapping bitches down to the fucking ground. His name was famous across the land. They called him the pimp named Superhand. Oh shit, yeah, the pimp named Superhand. He had powers no other pimp had. Oh fuck yeah, pimp named Superhand. That motherfucker was super bad. Asking for dinner ain't asking for much. You had one job and still fucked it up. Sometimes you gotta learn respect. I use my pimp hand to correct. It's called a big slap, slap. Come get your face clapped. hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Welcome back, welcome back. In the building one more evening, I'm your host, Food for Justice, where we live, love, and laugh and rise above the occasion. And on tonight, we have a crazy, unhinged cop who is looking for one suspect and attacks another. Innocent man. So sit back, relax, get your popcorn, get your wine, whatever you may need, and let's jump on the show.
Chattanooga police officer Cody Thomas responded to a 911 call concerning a man named Polo threatening people with a firearm, described as wearing green and black. But upon arrival, Officer Thomas saw Mr. Nate Carter checking his mail, dressed in purple and black, and approached him.
Polo? Is that what's your name?
Coming over mine, it's over there. Yeah. Going over there with that. Got nothing to do with they got going on.
What's going on?
I don't know. They called you. They called you. I'm calling.
Who are we calling about?
Calling about me, buddy.
Calling about you?
Cops calling about me. I'm years in the mouth.
Hey, how about you watch your mouth for your ass on the back of my car?
Already, it's clear that Officer Thomas is unfit for the job. The 911 caller is now behind him, several doors down, but Officer Thomas remains focused on Nate, even after both parties tell the officer that Nate is not the suspect. Officer Thomas is now the only party on scene to have used profanities, ironically, while telling Nate to watch his mouth.
Hey, how about you watch your mouth for your ass on the back of my car?
You can put me in the car, but I'm in front of my house. My private property not bothering you. You go here talking about who am I, Polo? And I told you no.
Hey, listen.
I gotta listen to you, been going.
No, get your ass over here. You're not part of this. Come here. Come here, right now.
All right, so just to give the
Come here.
You gotta go for what?
to give the rundown, right, people? So we're in Tennessee tonight. We're in Tennessee. And the officer is called out there. He's called out there because it was somebody who said a man with a pow came to his house, drawed out on him with a green shirt on and black pants by the name of Polo. So they're looking for a dude named Polo who basically threatened the pow people. Some man who was at the house called the folks. So when the officer just rolled up on the scene, he see this man standing outside in front of his yard at his mailbox. We heard him when he first asked, "Are you Polo?" He said, "Nah, man, I ain't got nothing to do with me." You can hear the neighbors across the street simply saying, "That's not him. You know, we called you. We called you. That's not the guy." And so now the officer wants to target this man because he told him, you know, I just told you I'm not him. That's across the way. My neighbors, you know, ain't got nothing to do with me. Go talk to them. They the ones called you. I didn't call you out here. I'm checking my mailbox. And you're not Polo. You are Polo? That's what the officer said. Oh, so you are this guy named Polo? And he said, man, can you hear? Can you understand, comprehend? So now this unhinged, deranged cop gets mad in his feelings. Can't take his feelings being hurt. And now he's out to attack the guy. So we're going to jump back into the video. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe.
Listen.
I gotta listen to you, been going.
No, get your ass over here. You're not part of this. Come here. Come here right now. Come here.
You can't look for what?
The United States Postal Service visits almost 165 million locations across the United States every day but Sundays, Christmas, and Thanksgiving. This means that the USPS stops over 50 billion times per year. However, since its creation in 1775, there are no documented incidents of postal workers intentionally killing dogs on their route. However, on the opposite end of the spectrum, the DOJ estimates that police officers kill as many as 10,000 dogs each year. And now, to fill those stats, Officer Thomas continues to escalate the situation by threatening to shoot Nate's dog.
I'll shoot your dog.
Don't shoot my dog, boy. You can't kill my yard.
Get over here now. Get over here right now. Taser deployed. Start me at 20.
So now, you have no rights to run up in this man's yard. He said, "This is my house." He come here and talk to me. He said, "Man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got to tell you nothing." He goes on in his house. Then you threaten to shoot his dog, now who's on a chain in the yard, as we see. Then you pull out the taser and rear him down. So it's a full-blown attack. When you're supposed to be looking for a suspect called by the neighbors across the street. Like, what are you doing? Not your job, evidently, because you come out here and violate an innocent man's rights. All right? So we're going to keep fact checking. Y'all come along as we go along with the story.
Clear the air. Start me some cars. Go back in the house.
As backup arrives, Nate exits his home.
Get your ass out here. Show me your f***ing hands. Get your ass out here. Show me your f***ing hands. Get your ass out here now. Get your ass over here now. Or I'm going to shoot your f***ing nose. Get your ass out here now. Put your ass down. Put your ass down. Get your ass over here now. Get over here now. With your suspect just went back in the house. Hold on, I'm moving my car in front of the house.
With Nate's home surrounded, he surrenders, assuming that the presence of the other officers would keep his assailant from further attacking him.
I want to invite you to a free trading and investing workshop
right here in Atlanta, inside the perimeter, that will
We're still working on getting them outside. He went back in. Hey, sweetie, come here. Come here. It's okay. Y'all come here. Hey, y'all come here. Everything's okay. You, right there.
So he's talking to the children. This man has his grandchildren in the house. There's two of them, I believe. They're minors. They're underage, anywhere between the ages of 6 and 14. So that's who the officer is talking to. Now, the man decides to come on outside once backup pulls up, as we heard the narrator say, expecting to get help from this out of control cop who just points him out and attacks him because he's the only one standing outside when he roll up on the scene. And technically, you're not on the scene because he didn't call you. You're not at the house of the folks that called you. They're across the street saying, "Man, what you doing? That's our neighbor." So come, keep walking with me.
Hey, you go over there. You go over there. Come here. Come here now. Come here now. Get away from the door.
Without warning or lawful reason to do so, Officer Thomas brings Nate to the ground, and despite complying, 2 other officers drive their knees into his legs and neck. Officer Thomas then forced his thumb into the neck at Nate.
So he chokes him out. When backup comes, the man flips him to the ground. He got him choked out. Thumbs, fingers, hands compressed around and up against his neck. And then his buddies and his goons come in and help. They follow. So they basically gang jumped the man. Don't know who he is, no background research, no identification history, no warrant, no nothing. This man is at home. And you pull up and brutally attack because you can't do your job right to find the suspect who's out here threatening people with this pow-pow. So share your thoughts. We're here to cover police brutality. We are on police brutality tonight.
Nate's carotid artery while grinding his face into the cement, and instead of ending the abuse, other officers applied handcuffs as tight as they possibly could, while Nate's children watched in horror. Officer Thomas would further show his lack of humanity as Nate pleaded with the other officers to loosen the cuffs.
Handcuffs too tight. Who cares? Get in the car. Man, for real.
I've alleged before that many officers.
Now you won't even loosen up the man cuffs. Slam him in the car. I don't give a damn. Beat him down. You mad because he told you he don't know who the hell Polo is, that it ain't him? This is so petty. These are the ignorant people that we have out here in quote unquote law enforcement on the streets.
Officers fantasize about what it would be like to tase or even shoot someone just to know what it feels like, causing some to use excessive force in situations like this. It would be impossible to know if that's how Officer Thomas felt prior to this incident, but his following celebration certainly lends credence to the theory.
Oh, I popped my cherry. Taser.
Nearly 10 minutes after his arrival, Officer Thomas finally meets with the 911 caller and attempts to have the man affirm that he attacked the right suspect.
Is this about him, correct?
No. It was another guy, but he ran through. He had the Glock. He was standing by that telephone pole, and he was talking about shooting. Me and her was in there playing cards, and he was talking about he was talking about shooting up in her.
Because when I walked up, you said, yes, that's him.
No, I said
Yes, you did. Because I walked up and I said, so you hear about it? And you said, yeah, that's why I'm here. And so when I started confronting him about going in the house, that's when all this erupted. So I asked you, and I said,
I misunderstood what you said.
because when I walked up here, I said, is this him? He was like, no, you're talking about open your ears, blah, blah, blah. And I said, is this why I'm here? And you said, yes, that's why you're here.
Yeah, because when you started going toward him to the steps, I was hollering, that's not him.
Later, to justify his unlawful actions, Officer Thomas authored a false report, claiming that on scene, the 911 caller identified Nate as the suspect.
Started going toward him to the steps, I was hollering, that's not him.
The report would also leave
So
out
now you're trying to convince the neighbor to tell a lie that you told me he was the man. You told me he was the dude named Polo or this guy who drawed out on you, you know. And he said, no, I didn't. We can hear clearly on the content. He said, that's not him. This is my neighbor. I'm the one that called you. So that means I'm the one that called you. That means come over here to me, right? We know if we call the folks out there to our house for whatever reason, you're having issues or a problem, and we see them at the wrong door, neighbor's house up the road, we're going to say, man, I called you. Common sense is what? And the police comes to you because you called out for them. So this man don't even make no common sense. So now you're trying to convince the neighbor to lie on his neighbor, on this guy, and say that he's the suspect. Now, they was at the house playing cards. He said, hanging out. The man talking to the police here, the one who actually called. He said, and I was at the house, he was playing cards, hanging out with my friends, my family. And sound like he got into it with somebody. And that dude drawed out. He drawed out a pistol on them in the house. And that's why he called the police. So just so we understand the underlying and the exact narrative of what's going on. So what do y'all see? This officer, he's got to have a pattern. This is what you call polluted and corrupt character. This is not something that just happens overnight. This is not something that just happens spontaneous, people. This is who he is. People with this kind of behavior, they've been this way the whole time. No integrity. And they're out to attack innocent people because they're on what? A power trip, an ego trip. And it always turns into corruption, violation of your rights, and abuse of power. So this is why I attack it, because it is important for you to know your rights and how to exercise it. All right. If you ever rise up in this kind of situation, you know exactly how to conduct yourself, know the law, know your rights, and know what to do. So share your thoughts, and we can keep walking in on it.
The fact that Nate was wearing purple, though the description was for someone wearing green and black. He would also embellish the events to his supervisor.
So what else needs to be done now besides just the initial report and take him to Erlanger?
Yeah, you got to take him to Erlanger. Once he gets cleared there, then he's clear to go to jail. And then you just got to do the East Force for the taser and the two downloads.
Because I pulled up here and he was standing out in the middle of the road, and I was like, well, I'm guessing this guy could be it.
What was the, I didn't even hear what the initial call was.
Somebody said they had a gun, they were threatening to shoot this guy.
So now he's telling lies to his superior, to his supervisor, the sergeant. He's telling lies. He's gonna have a whole different version of what just happened and why, and what went down. And again, the man that they're looking for had on the green shirt. This man had on the purple shirt, and he was identified as who he was, and that's this somebody else. This my neighbor. So now he's telling lies to cover up his ass. All right, share your thoughts, like, and subscribe.
So when I pulled up, he walked out of the house, and this guy was telling me to, I said, hey, are you Polo? And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Leave me alone. Like, he's calling you, shoot. He's like going like this, like, shoot. And I was like, well, I'm trying to figure out why I'm here. And he's like, he called you, not me. Now go deal with him. And I was like, I said something to him. I asked him, like, what is your name? He made some comment. I said, what? And he said, how about you open up your ears and shut your mouth? And I was like, how about I said, excuse me? And then so I asked him for his ID, and he was like, man, what you talking about? Leave me alone. Well, in my mind, that's the guy who has the gun. And he had his body turned like this the whole time, but wouldn't move at all. He wouldn't move. And I was like, I said something to him. I said, how would you come over here to get me your ID? And he's like, no, I'm going back in my mouth, or going back in my house. And I said, come here right now. And he said, for what? I said, give me your ID. I said, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. But the whole time he's going like this, and then he kind of stepped towards me and started walking back in the house. So I'm thinking he's going to go do something with the gun. So I tased him right in the back.
So this is the lie he's telling. When the man walked back in the house, he said, this ain't got nothing to do with me. We saw the content. He didn't have nothing in his hand. And you tased him in the back while he's walking in his door, in the driveway, nothing in his hand, empty-handed. You tased him. That's what happened. But you're telling the supervisor a whole different story, right? So just confirming the lies.
And then that's when he rode it for a solid 3 seconds, and then tripped up the stairs, and that's when he slammed the door, and that's when the barbs, I guess the second barb came out, but one stuck in him. And then he came back in the house, and so I pulled my car to where I can get behind it, because I didn't know if he was going to come back out and try to shoot. And then he came back out, but he was like still hiding behind the door. So I was like, he has a gun in his hand, and something bad's about to go down. That's when he kept going in and out, in and out. Y'all walked up, and his girls walked out.
Nate was charged with disorderly conduct and resisting arrest, but those charges were quickly dropped, and after an internal affairs investigation, Officer Thomas was suspended for a mere 2 weeks. No criminal charges were filed against him for the aggravated assault, battery, threats, or false arrest. But shortly after, Nate filed the lawsuit, seeking $3 million. The parties...
There you go, Mr. Man. There you go. Internal affairs, people. I always tell you, internal affairs on these people to get your due justice, to rise up. And this is the lawsuit. He asked for $3 million, and they settled on a closed amount. So they didn't say exactly how much he got, but he won. He won a lawsuit. That's what we got to do, people. We got to honor the law. We got to exercise our rights. We got to beat them at their own game and go to the chain of command and put things in writing. And this is how we conquer police brutality. This is how you receive your justice, right? So equality and fairness can prevail. So this is where we're at. This is a lawsuit here in Chattanooga. We're in Tennessee tonight in the county.
Settled for an unknown amount just 6 months after the filing, record time for a case like this. That same year, Officer Thomas was named in another unrelated lawsuit seeking $1.3 million, alleging the officer's involvement in a botched raid. That case was eventually dismissed, but the first incident on its own should have been enough to determine that Cody Thomas was unfit to serve. No other details have been made public, and it appears that he may still be employed with the department. Had you committed the same acts as Mr. Thomas, it's possible you would still be in jail. As always.
All right, y'all. So, what do you say? Because I say, it showed he had a pattern, as I said earlier. This is not the first time that other people have complained against him, but all charges were dropped against this man, and he won his lawsuit. All right. 2 weeks of suspension. What is that? A slap on the wrist? No, this man needs to be charged, fired, and convicted. So what do you say? Until next time, peeps, I am your folks, School for Justice. Here we live, love, and laugh. Always speak truth to the power and rise above the occasion. And until next time, salute.